Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Kubrickman at TFW, and I'm joined this week by the build diver himself, jumping into a virtual world, which isn't a virtual world. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
I'm a robot.
Are you a tiny dog avatar person, though?
I would like to be... Well, I don't think I could pull that dress off.
Have you seen that meme where it's the anime girl lying in bed and it's there's a statement, "Are you a furry?" and it goes no, and then there's another picture below where her eyes are really wide, looking off to the side, and it's like no.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, I'll send you that one, and that is how I take Kazumine. Is that his name from Bill Divers Re-Rises?
Kazumi. I think.
Yeah.
Kazumine is our wonderful grease boy.
that is the no meme. I can't find the furry one, but you like guys, right? No, and then it's a picture of Stolfo from Fate, and it's like no. Here it is. Replace this anime child with Kazumine. Are you a furry? No. Sees the cat lady, dog lady who he's kind of interested in.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's kind of...
It's that, isn't it?
Kind of like, oh, children watching this. Actually, if you're right, I think there's a lot of moments in that show that a lot of children just like, what?
Yeah. They're getting introduced to it soon, early.
But it's we'll get into it. I've got for the first time in I think 10 years I have Gundam talk.
Oh my god. My god.
Oh no, Andy, what now?
And to be fair, there's no Transformers news to talk about. Well, there is, but there's barely any Transformers news to talk about.
Oh god. I mean,
what?
I mean, she's got a point.
Yeah, I sent Mikey the "Would you lewd?" It shows a red snake, no, and then it shows Mia, and it's like, no. I like that meme. I think that's a really fun meme.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me smile. It's because I've made that no kind of thing before. Right. So we may as well get through. I was going to say trudge through the Transformers news.
Wade our way through the sea of information coming at us from Hasbro and Takara.
Exactly. We'll slog through it. So we're kicking off with. I think this is fair to say crappy Chinese news, right?
Yeah, no, this is pretty crappy.
So I'm gonna spell it out because I'm not sure if it's a word or if it's an anagram. Not an anagram, whatever. Maybe it is. GOTO store, the Goto, all in capitals, store in China. X Transformers limited edition shoeboxes.
Right.
Grab your pantaloonies, Mikey, because I'm sure they're moist. This is what the article says that's written up here.
Please tell me it says that.
What's that? It doesn't say grab your pantaloonies. That would be if I was writing one of these news blogs. It would be grab your pantaloonies in the most sarcastic way possible. This is what the article does say. These are very nice acrylic shoeboxes decorated with the evergreen designs. So boring, one could argue.
All the designs. I was looking through. It's got designs of everyone.
It does.
Like Cyberverse, G1. Like pick a universe.
Pick a fucking side, says Mikey. Get off the fence. God damn it. The GTO, the GOTO is also partnering with WWF. I assume they mean the animals rather than the wrestling, since that's E now.
Yes. It's got a manga about it.
The WWF.
I'm looking at because this has a manga at the shoe store and it's freaking me out.
Oh, that's weird. They're partnering with them and Tmall to offer a special promotion for the 22nd of the 4th. Stupid American reverse dates. No. Earth Day, apparently. The day when we remember that we live on Earth. Every
It's a
other day
planet.
I forget. Every other day. 5% of the shoebox sales will be donated to the Northeast Tiger Leopard National Park Protection Base. I'm just thinking it's going straight to Joe Exotic in prison. Oh, fuck Carol Baskins. Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Megatron boxes are available to order. And you have the chance to receive a rare limited shoebox. Woo. Doesn't say
Woo.
that, but that's me interjecting. These boxes will also be sold in Japan, as well as the charity funds campaign. These boxes will be sold in Japan as well as the charity funds campaign. That's not a sentence, is it?
These boxes will also be sold in Japan as well as the charity funds. I know what they
Campaign.
mean, but I think they meant the charity campaign.
Yes.
Charity funds campaign is not how you end that sentence.
No, I read that like 3 times and was like, what? What? So it ends on the 30th of April. So 4 days. Boom. Can get your orders in because shipping from Japan's easy.
Do you need a box
Yes.
for tigers and leopards?
Well, I assume it's more for shoes. I
No.
mean, you could probably get a tiger in here. You just need to kind of blend it down into juice form.
But so there's a manga that goes with this, a 1-page manga for Protect the Earth 2020. I'm just looking. It's not translated, but I'm going to give a brief rundown of what I'm seeing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Optimus Prime
Mm-hmm.
apparently speaking to the people of Earth.
Okay.
About the fact that we are cutting down trees and shooting leopards and tigers, including pictures of a leopard getting its back blown open and a dead tiger.
Is he saying it in support? Like we should be doing more of this?
I shot these wild animals, protecting the nature. And somehow this is leading into buy these boxes so Bumblebee can pet Ravage.
Why does Bumblebee in the last, or maybe not last panel, but look really sinister?
I don't. Maybe he's the one shooting the leopard.
Well, to be fair, Megatron shoots elephants.
True. But it's... God, that picture of the cats dying is not family friendly.
It's an interesting choice.
It's like, what's that around his body, mommy? That's water.
Well, it's not colored red, technically. So, I guess this gives the educational message that tigers are full of water. You know how they say humans are 80% water? Like, that's tigers. They're 100%. You kill a tiger and you can, like, roll them out and they just kind of go out like a water balloon. Yeah, something to think about. It's an odd campaign. What do you think of the designs of these amazing shoeboxes?
They are definitely boxes for where you put the shoes.
I don't like. Is this like? I don't care about my shoes. I throw my shoes by my front door and that's it. It's like that's done. Do people buy acrylic shoe boxes if they're a shoe aficionado? Is that a thing? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's all I can tell you.
Okay.
I mean, it's a level of... There's some level of fandom I'm not really willing to dive into, and shoebox aficionados is one of them.
Because if someone said to me, I'm really into buying expensive shoes, which there are people who like to buy the fanciest of shoes. This is the thing. People know this. So if that person also said, I want to keep my shoes in a safe box-like shape and have multiple boxes to keep said shoes in, I guess this thing has relevance. But I would imagine those people aren't gonna want like the niche for an adult collector who also dedicates a load of money to shoes, wanting Transformer boxes for these shoes might not be high.
Who also cares about the environment?
Who also, well, I don't think that's really the issue. It's more like I want the free box. and then we're helping the planet.
So what you're saying is someone is so desperate for a Transformers box here. Yeah, great environment. Yeah, give me the plastic box that I'll throw out in a year's time.
No.
That doesn't recycle.
Yeah, it doesn't. To be fair, you wouldn't want a biodegradable plastic box, for otherwise your shoes could be surrounded by biodegradable stuff. I don't know how that'd take. I don't even know if these would be good for like storing toys, because they've got a big old flap on the side, so they'd kind of vomit everything up. But hey, it's a free campaign. I guess it's for a good cause. It's also marketing to sell you more stuff, so winning on many fronts, potentially. I don't know. Any other thoughts you want to give me on shoeboxes, young Mikey?
I think I'll survive without giving further thoughts on shoeboxes.
I think that is a fair point. Mikey, do you want to take us on, though?
Yeah, so New Age Toys revealed 2 clear variants of their Brawn and Outback.
Mm-hmm.
These are named, and I do not get the context of these names whatsoever. Hogan, the H19T Hogan, and the H20T William Bonney Clear Edition. I don't know enough famous historical people to know who those people are. And I don't know why you think see-through when you think someone named William Bonney.
Well, wouldn't, for me, the only Hogan that matters is Hulk.
True. But maybe William Bonney was like one of those cave fish you can see through.
Oh.
William Bonney. Let's see who William Bonney is. Henry McCarthy. Oh, it's Billy the Kid.
Oh, okay. Is that for Outback? That must be for Outback, right?
Brawn is Hogan and Outback is Billy the Kid.
William Bonney. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm assuming it's because Billy the Kid was in the Outback?
It's also brown, desert colored.
There's a Australian outlaw that would have made more sense. What's his name? Oh, God.
You're asking the wrong person.
Outlaw movie. William Kelly something.
Okay. Maybe he's too obscure.
Ned Kelly. He used to wear armor.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
Do you know that Lord Buckethead?
Yes.
Basically, imagine him but armed.
Ah, as you do.
So yeah, these are clear variants due out in December 2020 as a 2-pack. So New Age has done some very popular toys. So, these are legend scale, of course. I know that the base molds are popular. These are, I just get the base mold.
To be fair though, there is a market for them. Some people like clear plastic stuff, so I mean, we've made it clear over the years that it's not stuff for us.
No,
but there are people out there that like their clear plastic things. I don't get it. I like the eyes being clear, but that's about it. They look fine as molds though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I've no other thoughts on them myself. Like they look like solid molds. From what I understand, they're very solid molds. But do you need a lime green brawn?
Translucent lime green brawn, not brawl. So easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Please do.
Another repaint of sorts. We've got Generation Toys GT 10A, the Great White Ape. T-Beast Ultra Magnus color prototypes. So, this is a nice redeco of the GT10 Optimus Primal from Generations Toys. Apparently as Ultra Magnus, but missing most of the blue. So he's mainly just white and shiny silver.
He's got the teal here, teal highlights.
But that's about it. There's not really... It's like, of course, it's in a core Ultra Magnus rather than Ultra Magnus that we all actually like. This is from the Kuramochi Zuka group. If you remember all the way back then when we talked about these designs, it's one of their mechanical beast designs. Again,
the ones who don't want you using them.
Shh.
Who specifically requested that don't make toys of our stuff.
Shh. Don't make me hit you with go to sleep.
But
the magic product that puts children to sleep and isn't chloroform.
What a hammer.
No. Have you not seen the? I can't remember
I've
what it
seen
was from, but there was It was a small advert where it was a parent and she could barely tolerate a child, and it was like, "Hey, have you tried Go to Sleep?" And it was just in a bottle, a spray bottle, and it said "Go to Sleep," and she squirted it into a rag and wrestled her child to the ground with it over his mouth.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's
Oddly
great.
enough.
Yeah.
Parenting the Andy style.
Hey, she was very happy with the child passed out, and I didn't blame her. I thought you're doing it right, love. Good for you.
Yeah.
It's got new white deco, chrome finish, and die-cast parts. Now, to be honest, I don't know if the die-cast parts are new, or if it's just like, hey, it still has die-cast parts. Either way, monkey, white, Mikey, thoughts.
It's very shiny.
It is. It has lots of chrome, so prepare for lots of sticky finger marks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of chrome. Like, chrome is that thing where people say it makes it look good, and I'm just like, chrome usually makes things age horribly. I think it's got good placement of chrome.
Yes, because it's not everywhere, luckily.
Yeah, and they are avoiding a lot of the big parts that you're going to be handling and articulating.
Mm-hmm.
So they are giving you plenty of grabbing spots where you can touch this thing without risking fingerprinting it as much as you might otherwise do, but you are going to fingerprint the hell out of this.
Were you going to say finger it?
I don't know what I was going to say.
I think you were.
Like, do not do that to the monkey. But yeah, from what I Jesus Christ. From what I understand, this is a good figure.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, there's some controversy about it because the creators came out and said, like, this is going to affect us ever getting employed by official mech designers. So please don't make any toys of this.
It's really sad that that's the case. But can they be blamed for, like, saying don't use our designs and then people using the designs? Can they be blamed for that?
Can they prove that they didn't authorize the use of it? Can
they prove that they did authorize it?
No, but how many companies are going to fall on that side of reason?
No, that's fair. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not. Honestly, I think with the silver, it's not a bad color layout, and the silver at least makes it look a bit more interesting than the usual white prime. But
yeah.
It's kind of weird we didn't get a red prime first.
Oh, Mikey, it'll probably come. Don't worry.
Or like you said, get an Ultra Magnus colored one.
Yeah.
Blue and red monkey. Rather than the Optimus one, which would be a blue and red monkey. No, that would be a red and blue monkey. Yeah, I mean, are you...
No.
What about...
No, probably not. I'd be surprised anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't look terrible, though. Like you say, it's not it could be more boring to look at, but I think the added chrome in the right places helps maybe make it a little less bland than it could be. But it's still just like, here you go. It's a white one, and you go, okay. Yeah. No thanks.
No.
Shall I take us to the last story, Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's you. You're taking us to the last story.
Symbiote Studios, who do vinyl figures, backpack clips, and plushies, have revealed or hinted at their upcoming Transformers line. The first image was the word freedom with the top of an Optimus Prime head. And the second image that's been released is the concept art for at least the bottom half of a Soundwave. It's... Yeah, I mean, I'd need to see the whole thing to be able to comment on whether or not I thought it was worth your time to own it. And two, I mean, do I need a Soundwave plushie staring at me silently, judging me?
Do you not need one, though?
Don't know. Oh god, you got a nemesis. At the end of your bed. Go to sleep. I don't want to go to sleep, Mr. Prime. Go to sleep.
You will. I'm going to make you into a kaiju. What?
Yeah, you love it. What? Go to sleep. Every time you blink, it's slightly closer. Andy, do you want a little tiny plushie? And if so, what character do you want?
Not particularly. I do remember, what were they called? The Squish Formers?
Oh,
Do you remember?
God, yeah.
And you could turn them inside out in some kind of horrible, like, nightmare fuel.
Yeah, and
Screaming.
they were movie toys as well. So as you unfolded
Were
that
they?
car, you just had
No.
there was
No,
a
there was-
movie one of Bumblebee and Optimus. I remember that distinctly.
See, I only remember the G1 Optimus Prime and the G1 Bumblebee, and I think that's all they did.
Slumblebee?
That's the one. That was the sausage. It's a shame they never did G1 Megatron to turn into a huggable gun. That would be amazing. Can you imagine trying to get that passed and sold to parents? Ah, it's a gun you can hug in bed. What? What? Teach your children to hide Megatron under your pillow.
Tell the children when someone comes into the room to pull Megatron out and point.
That's right. What could go wrong? What?
And then
Nothing.
tell children where you keep your Megatron so they can hug him too.
No issues would be had.
Oh, he'd need a voice box so like when you hug him he goes off.
Oh no.
It gets children used to it, you know?
I don't know. If I was to get a cuddly Transformer, it'd be Mayor Megatron.
Which Megatron though?
Mayor Megatron.
Oh, Mayor Megatron. I thought you said Megatron.
No, Mayor
Um,
Megatron.
Yeah, with a little tie. It'd be very weakly do that custom if they do a Megatron.
That's true, but
If they
it
do
would
that,
it wouldn't
I
be
will-
the same.
I will, if they do it, I will get you a little Mayor Megatron,
Hmm.
and I will like put a little like name tag on him saying he's from the company whose name escapes me this second.
What was the Starscream obsessed fangirl from Mega Empress?
Moonheart. It was either Luna Club or Moonheart.
Yeah, that'd be
Might
fun.
Yeah, she'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'd like Mega Empress to be honest,
yeah, that'd be fun as
because
well.
she'd be doing like the winky face and little heart like kiss or something like that.
Yeah.
Who else might be fun to have? Someone who just like Overlord there, with the big lips,
No.
just sitting there like someone comes in like your child's in bed, they're sitting there sleeping. As you walk in, you just have these like puffed out. They have to be like 3D lips as well.
See, there's a reason why I say no, because there'd be enough bad people out there to do bad things with that. There's enough. There's enough for me to be like, no, let's not. I wouldn't feel comfortable approving this product. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you?
No, but I am imagining just somebody calling him Overlodo-san.
Sama.
Mm.
Sama. Yeah. We don't even get a shot of what this Soundwave
No.
looks like. We just
No, we
like
get
have
his
his body
legs.
and his legs.
Yeah, and he's
It's
weird,
weird.
cone legs.
Yeah. Why they
Um,
hiding it? Like we don't know what it'll be.
Andy, that was supposed to be at SDCC. But now it's been
Oh.
cancelled. We don't know. That was going to be the SDCC exclusive and only Transformers reveal.
There's gonna be nothing else.
Yep.
Damn.
Bloody dog. You are a fucking pain in my hole. I'm not-
Jesus.
She wants to go to the toilet now. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Oh, say hi to Andy. Oh god, your breath stinks.
Woohoo!
Any other thoughts on this?
No, not particularly. It's weird,
Yeah.
but not unique.
yes.
suppose.
I think not weird enough.
Yeah, we've had these kind of pop up in the past and fail before. I think the most successful Transformer plushies we've had are the fan created ones.
Mm.
And I think that will still be the case, because who will they do, Mikey? Will they do Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, Soundwave, and Megatron, and maybe Starscream? Will they do anybody else?
I mean, they might do Thundercracker and Skywarp.
I honestly don't think they will, because it's not as easy.
True.
It's not as easy as repainting a mold.
Mm.
So yeah, no, I'm good. Mikey, that's all the news we have for this week.
Yes, we had I know we're not doing comments yet, but Christopher Carlson.
Oh, you want to
Ready?
talk about the Magic the Gathering stuff, don't you?
No, that's as tempting as it is. But
Okay,
he
well,
made- he made
I'll
a
ask about
comment-
that to you later, don't worry.
Yeah, he made a comment about why don't we start doing like reviews of things we haven't covered while we're in this new news section.
Yes, yeah, I saw, like,
So.
do you want to talk about the Bumblebee movie? I went, no.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I have joy in my soul, as we've already found out tonight.
It's true.
And you are an angry, angry man.
You say that's like it's a surprise.
So just like I mentioned it. I mean, I'd be up for sorting that out. So if anyone has any suggestions for something Transformers related we've never talked about, like officially, let me know.
There you go.
So yeah, I just while we were doing Transformers stuff, I figured I'd throw that in.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
So I guess, Mikey, what you been up to this week, and what have you done for le fun?
I'm gonna kill my dog if that's fun.
Well, I mean, that depends on you, I suppose. You can make anything fun if you put your mind to it.
All I'm gonna say is she started it. So what have I done? Kamen Rider episode 33 for 01. Fun episode. It's mostly about Valkyrie, but they've got an interesting reveal about Vulcan's background.
Are we to assume that it's not going to get affected by the coronavirus thing then? Kamen Rider, I mean.
Toei has already shut down. But I believe they've confirmed that they filmed stuff up to May.
Oh,
So
okay.
they've released because like someone from the Red Sentai got corona.
Oh, bummer.
So obviously filming stopped. He's out of it now, but
Yeah, sure.
because that was about 3 weeks ago. So I know that they have lost some time. I know like Digimon has stopped airing because they've said the people working on the show, because it's like this is a show that's not been released while finished. As is the way sometimes. So they don't want to bring them into work. So I think Ryder's going to go on a break soon.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, well, to be fair, a lot of shows are doing that. But
yeah.
But no, it was a fun episode. Some good fight scenes in this. A bit of resolution of some of the Thouser stuff. I don't think we're anywhere close to having him gone, but it looks like they're going to bring the evil Metsubo Jinrai Netto back again.
Hey. Because I remember, I think it was last week you said it felt like it wasn't doing anything, it was treading water, so you feel like now it's getting back on course to doing stuff.
I think the last few episodes felt like after the tournament arc, they weren't quite sure how to jump into the next arc. And this feels like, okay, this is our leaping on point.
Okay.
And I know that there is a new character on the way. Again, like the scans came out and I'm lazy. Yeah, what else did I do that was TV related apart from the main one? Or anything else? Read a few old comics, but nothing major.
What were the comics?
Windblade? Witchblade.
Wow.
I found an old Witchblade up in my attic and I was just reading through it.
Okay.
First few stories. That was a good book. I know it's changed hands in the last few years, so I don't know what happened to the original story, but it was a decent little book. As one of my figures falls over and is caught by another figure.
Woo!
That was impressive. Yeah, TV-wise, it's been relatively limited in the broad spec. Now, what I've been doing this week. So I mentioned last week that I was basically deciding to use this time to try out model kits in a bit more depth. So they had arrived, but I hadn't opened them. I'd gotten the Majin Kaiser skull from Motoroid, and I got the Crossbone Gundam from Gunpla.
Yes.
So I have opened them and built them now.
Yeah.
The Motoroid is the more expensive one, I think, because it comes with some painted parts. Like the face is completely painted. And
that's nice.
A few other bits. And I will say, I think if it wasn't for that, I would think it was a bit overpriced.
Is it not bigger?
Not by much. And the Crossbone is not. Crossbone's a 144 of a small Gundam.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's bigger, but it's kind of like what size I think you'd expect a high grade Gundam to be.
Interesting. I honestly thought it was meant to be a lot bigger than that.
Small. Like, it's about the same size as Flame Toy's Megatron.
Right.
So not huge. Like, Flame Toy's Megatron, not a small toy, but when you kind of... I think the image you have in your head of what the Motoroids are, especially considering the size of the box, is that these things are going to be a bit of a beast. And I would say that because it's from Good Smile and it's a relatively new line they're doing, and I will say it feels like it.
Okay.
It doesn't. So I've built right now not exactly the most widespread selection, but I've done Figure Eyes, I've done Flame Toys, I've now done a Gunpla, and I've done Motoroid, and like a couple of small things here and there. And it feels to me like this is a company that are not quite there yet because there's some attachment issues, and the plastic is good quality, but it does feel noticeably cheaper than the other ones I've built.
It's weird that it all still comes from Bandai, though, isn't it?
Well, different creative teams and everything else, and different budgets.
Yeah.
But like that said, it's Majin Kaiser Skull. I think it's a good figure. Like I'm criticizing it because I found that. I think it's actually a really fun figure. It's a easier build than the Gunpla was. Partly because you don't have to do as much painting and panel lining, because most of it's dark colored. So like you're like tried panel lining one bit of the blue, and it's just like you couldn't even tell. I did a bit of custom paint apps to some areas because I thought it would look like he's got gold knees now,
Right.
which aren't. And like if I get some more paints, which I'm hoping to at some point in the next few weeks, I'll add a few extra colors to him as well, just to add a bit of spark to him. But he's a fun toy. He's got good articulation, good accessories. He comes with some accessories from the main Majin Kaiser kit. So like he's got the sword from that one. He's not supposed to have it. It just comes with a few parts. So I built that. I painted that up and built that, and now he's got a sword and a giant sword hatchet gun. And the wings look awesome. They come pre-painted as well. And they don't come on rungs. They come in a little baggie.
Okay.
So yeah, he looks really, really cool. It's just I feel like there's some construction issues, and also he is so sharp. He is so like there is so much blood in that toy right now.
Is he Figure Art Fang sharp?
Andy, he is. He will draw more. Figure Art Fang has a few like kind of feel it in your hand. This guy, he doesn't have little edges. He's got horns, spikes, and like you can't really grab any part of him without feeling like something is cutting through your hand.
Okay.
Like,
So he's a health hazard.
Yeah, I like one of those ones that just like, oh, I'm gonna get my young cousin a kit to get them started in the hobby. Don't buy them this.
Unless you want them to bleed, I suppose.
Yeah. But like I said, I didn't get a lot of painting done on him, bar some simple stuff. So, fairly quick build. The Gunpla, it's smaller, and it actually, I think it had less parts in the end, but it took me much longer because I painted a lot more of him.
Mm-hmm.
I did all the panel lining, and it's mostly a white Gundam, so a lot of details in like the skull, because Crossbone is a pirate, and he's got lots of skulls. So I brought out details, and then I painted the eyes, which took forever to do properly because they are so tiny.
Yeah.
Painted, and I started adding like I had metallic paints from a while back that I just started adding details that weren't supposed to be painted, like or white or something. So now there's like bits of blue and red scattered all over him. And also like the hilt of his sword is now green, because why not? But yeah, so that was a much longer build. That took me a couple of days. But it feels very solid. Like this is a relatively recent high grade from what I understand, and it's a good quality build, I think. And he comes with tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Including a cape. Which Crossbone hasn't had an anime. Apparently, it's the most requested manga to anime adaptation in Japan.
Yep.
Of any series, but it's never been done. It is done by the original Gundam creator, which is why I'm kind of curious because it's pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And he had created the original Gundam, which was distinctly more grounded than space pirates.
A tiny bit.
So I'm kind of curious. And it's like, it's not, so it's the Crossbone X1, but it's like the fourth version of it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of X1s out there. But no, like as a Gundam, like I enjoyed building it. I like the figure a lot. It's got loads of cool accessories, very poseable, very solid, very steady, good balance. I've been looking, like a lot of the reason I haven't watched like much TV or done much else this week, like one, I've finished Final Fantasy VII, so I have to avoid the TV or else I keep trying to start playing it again. And two, I've been looking at like various hobby shops, like different Gundam kits, which ones might interest me. I've been looking at, I want to try a master grade next. So I've been looking at what master grades might be good to build.
Mm-hmm.
The Epion looks solid.
Which Epion? Sorry, the Master Grade one.
Yeah, the only one you're really, from what I can tell, the only one you're ever going to get at any kind of reasonable price, which is the Endless Waltz version.
Yeah, that's right.
Spoilers: I now know there is an Endless Waltz version of every major mobile suit from Gundam Wing, even if they weren't in Endless Waltz.
Yep.
There was a few others there that were kind of interesting me. I am still finding I'm more attracted to the outlier designs. Like, a lot of the protagonist Gundams are not doing it for me.
Well, then you won't find many Master Grades then.
Again, Wing is kind of your default, but I think it could be a case like once I see the shows, they'll do more for me.
Some of them will, yeah, sure.
Like you buy them because of the character, but I'm looking back at the high grade. I really want to pick up the Wing Gundam Fenice.
Yeah, that one's neat.
Which they have an upgraded form of that.
I don't like
two,
it.
They just look like Wing Zero.
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's way more safe. It's taken off the cool Italian flair that it had going for it for the first one.
The asymmetry that I think is really cool.
Yep.
And like you said, the flair, like the Matador cape.
Yep. And they got rid of it for no reason and just went, it's a slightly spikier Wing Zero. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like a couple of the build fighters, like the Astray, I want to pick up some version of the Astray.
Yeah, you want the red frame Astray is good. To get the real grade one, that's pretty good. It does have some issues, but it's pretty solid.
Yeah. And there's a ton of red frames.
Oh yeah,
so many red. Like, some of them do look bad. Some of them felt like someone took the design too far.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
I'd also like to try and pick up the Astray Noir in some form as well. I like that design.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of I've been looking at. Did you know the Tequila Gundam showed up in one of the shows and never got a toy again?
Yep. Yeah, he was in Build Fighters or Build Divers. No, I think it's Divers. Yeah,
Divers. Because I just saw a clip of it and I was just like, what?
Yep. It was really annoying because it's like, oh, here's this really obscure fucking Gundam. Are we gonna get it? No.
No.
It would take too much molding, unique molding, I guess.
And Gundam Portent was one as well. I kind of like.
Which one was that?
It's green and white, and it's based off of 00 Quan.
Is that from Re-Rise?
No, that's from Try. That's from Fighters Try.
I can't remember it offhand.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a those kind, because those are the weirder designs. They're the more for me. They're the, unless you're going with something like the mobile armors or the mobile suits that are the non-Gundam ones, you're not going to get those really weird designs.
No.
And the problem with me, the protagonist Gundams are too often red, blue, and white with kind of a slightly spiky back and just trying to be kind of like the original Gundam, but that can fly more.
Yeah, they suffer the Optimus Prime syndrome.
Yeah, which, yeah. I'm kind of interested in the Unicorn, but I like the Unicorn better before it's the Destroy mode.
Well, if you get the RG one, it fully transforms between Destroy mode and normal mode.
Yeah,
that's if you get a Unicorn, that's the one you get. That's the best one.
There's really good reviews for that one.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
I've been watching a lot of Gundam. I want to get a couple of SDs as well, but I don't even begin to know where to start. Well, actually, no, I have an idea of which one I'd get.
Which one?
Probably the Volklander, just because I like the overall. It's a transforming dragon thing.
I'd be wary of them, mainly because from what I remember, they use primarily just the polycap ball joints, and they're not very good. Have a lot of tendency to pull apart very easily. I don't know if that's the case for newer SDs, but that's how they always came across to me. Yeah.
But yeah, so I do want to check out. Yeah, like basically what I've done, there's like HLJ, Hobby Frontline, and another toy. I don't think it's Big Bad. And I've just like filled a basket full of things that I would buy, and I'm just gonna like take out the ones I'm not that interested. That's how I'm gonna do it. Like, fill the basket, take all the ones I'm just like, not now, and then go, okay, I'll buy you.
The worst thing for you, Mikey, will be when they have a sale and you're like, oh, there's this one I want, and this one I want, and this one I want.
HLJ has both the the high grade God and Master Gundams on sale at the moment.
Yeah, you should. The Master Gundam's worth it.
Yeah, Funseki.
That's right.
Also, it's just like G Gundam, man.
It's good. It's stupid
Great.
fun.
It's a great show. But that then led into watching about 1,000 Gundam clips.
Why clips though?
Trying to get an idea which show I wanted to try.
Okay, because I would imagine a lot of the clips will be the just fight stuff.
Yeah, but I want to fight dynamics or like basically I kind of know what to expect for drama in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just how well written that drama is will vary from series to series. So it's like looking at reviews and stuff. But I wanted to get in that like a visual identity for the shows.
Right.
So I ended up the turn A I was going to avoid until I saw some of the action clips that looked fairly solid. So I watched the first episode where the turn A doesn't show up until the very, very end.
That's right.
Also, the turn A is clearly not one to start with, maybe because
no, it's weird.
it's weird, and from what I understand, is much weirder.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it's not a standard Gundam show, that's for sure.
It's kind of a super robot show, kind of.
Kinda.
Once you bring in black holes, I think something becomes a super robot show.
Yeah.
And also time travel.
Yep.
And weirdness. And not just time travel, like universal streams. I don't know. I was reading the background, we're just like, this guy just wanted to fuck everyone over with this, didn't he?
Turn A is a very odd one.
Yeah,
definitely.
I like... the thing, I don't like that design at all. Not just the mustache, just the whole...
I got really into it. I don't love it. It's not my favorite, but at first when I played it with it in the Dynasty Warriors Gundam game, I was like, this is shit. But there's something so unique about it, and the way the legs look, I really like, and the way that the body is. The head is definitely weird, and the cock piece, being right on the groin. I mean, you could argue that's very Zone of the Enders-ish. It's not my favorite part, but I there's something very interesting about it. I prefer the Turn X from that show as well, but it's that one's never had a decent high grade made, unfortunately.
Yeah. But and then, like I watched some Seed. Well, I don't know I know Seed's super popular and whatever, but it is very pretty.
Well, the fights are very pretty.
Yeah.
The human animation designs, I think, are garbage.
Watched a little bit of unicorn clips.
Yeah.
Which I like the
Unicorn's
unicorn
good.
transformation because it's just like it's in pain, which is a nice visual. For something you're going into destroy mode. So there was that. Few random ones thrown in there as well. I also watched some of the very early Gundam episodes from the original series, and I was just like, I will not be watching the rest of the original series.
It's very old.
It's not even for the time. I can watch the original Godzilla because I think, okay, it's old, but it's
not
old.
exactly fair because one's live action, one's animation.
I'm just talking about the writing.
Okay.
Like, just looking at the writing. Like, because you're like, oh, look, CG versus Suitmation. Kind of thing, you know? I can handle Suitmation. A lot of people can't. But the writing stands up. The Gundam writing isn't great.
No. As I've said many times before, it's the pacing that kills it. The writing is basic, but it's stretched out to such a painful degree, it kills any momentum the show might have had.
I heard Zeta is the one that defined Gundam, so I might try that. But...
Again, it has some really bad pacing issues just because it's so long and old, but I really like Zeta. It's got some interesting stuff in there that sometimes isn't very well explained. Yeah, because of course it's not.
I watch a lot of clips from Build Fighters.
Yep, as long as it's the first series, it's fun and dumb.
I watch clips from both shows, and I will be watching both because at least because I know apparently I heard that the Try isn't as popular, but it's not hated. But it's also got a lot of weirdness in it, which apparently turned a lot of people off from what I was reading.
Well, for Try?
Try, yeah.
No, Try just got lazy. Like, it's not as stupid as the first season where the world is messed up. For me, Build Fighters Try just was your kind of basic standard tournament arc. It's like, it just didn't do anything super interesting.
Okay.
I found.
Well, I'll see how it goes. But,
sure. I mean, if you watch the first series, you may as well just go on to Try.
The action is very well done from what I can see.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty.
Like, I watched the Fenice fight from season 1, which is a relatively short fight, but at the moment you won't see in any Gundam show, I'd say, where a guy is talking to his Gundam which is, remember, is a large toy that he built.
Yep, it's a model kit.
And he's calling his partner, and will you fight with me? And then it does the eyes come on like it hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because it's the Fenice, it's its odd red eye. And then it and the main Gundam just beat the crap out of each other. And then I watched I watched the Stray fight, which I thought was very well done.
Yep.
And I watched the Tryon stuff. And I think the Tryon stuff was some of the cleverest writing I've seen in anime for a long time. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Gundam is what you call a real robot show. It actually invented the genre. So super robots like Gao Gagar, Mazinger, those the ones people think about when they think giant Japanese robots that aren't Gundam, are unrealistic, overpowered demigods. Basically, Gundam is like, what if these things were in the military, and also overpowered demigods. Well, overpowered to a point.
And it depends on the series that you go for as well.
Yeah,
It incredibly depends on the series. Like, the first Gundam show, no. A normal dude could kill the Gundam. In Seed, no. There's no way a normal dude could kill the Gundam. It's impossible, unfortunately.
And Wing has an entire movie about how if the only reason you're not all dead is because we don't want to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's incredibly dependent.
Yeah. But so they're like, you know, all the constraints of like structural integrity and stuff is a very big thing. So they have these 3 really unrealistic animals, and people are like, okay, these are weird, but okay, custom Gundams. And then they combine into the Tryon 3 Gundam, which combines like a super robot like Gao Gagar or something like that. And I think this is so smart, where everyone just sort of freezes, like no one knows what to do, and they're all like, what? Except the protagonist, who is like, because he's dressed like Doman Cashew, so I'm assuming he's a bit mad, but he looks very happy. And there's just one guy who says like, why? What's the benefit of this? Why are you doing this? You just make it weaker. And then the thing turns around and kicks the shit out of 3 other mechs in 5 seconds, and it's just like, oh shit, there's an actual super robot being introduced into Gundam.
Yep.
You're fucked. Because for anyone, spoilers, like these like silly versus battles that pop up on the internet, once you put a super robot against a real robot, the victor's already decided. And it's actually got a moment like, you don't know anything, it's about heart and freedom, and they're just like, oh god.
Yep.
And they're so very aware of it, and apparently they got a really, because I looked it up, obviously, they got a really like top-notch super robot animator to do the choreography and animation for that scene.
Oh, that makes sense. That's nice. That's fun.
And it apparently it is very purposely based off of several Braves. Like
yeah, I definitely felt that.
Yeah, primarily Gao Gagar and X Kaiser, but there's apparently I think Mike Gein's in there somewhere for some poses.
Probably.
But yeah, so it did get me watching a Gundam show at the end, which was Bill Diver's Re-Rise, because I wanted to see something fairly recent that was not hard Gundam, but had Gundam elements to it, that was fairly accessible. I didn't realize it was an isekai, but I like it. I think the writing's solid. I like the characters. I think there's a good bit of emotion in some bits. It's just weird enough. And I kind of enjoy how everyone's constantly going like, this doesn't feel like Gundam. And I like the official reveal of what the viewer already knows at episode 12, because that's done in a very Gundam way. So I like. Andy hates it. It's great. I think it's
stupid.
We had a thing beforehand of just like, oh man, I love when Andy's properly annoyed, because it's so rare. He's always angry, but it's like properly annoyed Andy's beautiful. Yeah, I don't like. I kind of do like the idea of the core Gundam, but I'm not crazy about the design for it.
For the actual core Gundam itself.
Yeah, I like the Justice Knight.
I like the basic core Gundam, but most of the armors that go onto it I don't think are very good. The white armor for the space fight was really nifty, but that's it.
I kind of think Mars, the red
Which one was that was okay. Here's the problem with the entire like planetary system thing. It's pointless. It's there to sell more toys because they use once or twice, and they have to kind of chunk through them really quickly.
Oh well, it's all very ridery, isn't it?
It is, and you can tell from the intro of season 2 or the rest of this season that the last form's going to be like Sun or something called that.
Yeah, because they're all planet-based, aren't they?
Yeah, and it showed that sequence where all these little coloured lines are flying towards the sun, and then a black shape comes from the sun, and it's like, well, that's the silhouette of the final form, clearly.
Or is it the bad guy from Transformers animated Japanese opening?
I mean, that would be weird. That would be a weird crossover.
But no, I like it in all honesty. Also, I do like just being able to watch it on YouTube, which is just so easy for once.
What do you think of the new core Gundam for the bad guys side?
I dig it.
I think that's better. I like that design a lot more personally.
I mean, it's unusual. Like it's playing against type for a few Gundam designs, like mostly in the head, but I think it works. It's it's got a good alien vibe to it.
Yeah. I'm guessing you haven't seen the white upgrade armor for it, have you?
No, I didn't know there was white.
Yeah, well, this is like seeing toys and stuff before they come out, so it's gonna get like how the main Gundam hero has like his different colored armors.
Yeah.
The bad guy one's getting a white upgrade of some kind, and the white works really well off that whatever that core Gundam's called. It looks really nice.
I think it's Altus Core.
I think you're right. Yeah, something like
or
that.
Alice Core or something like that. But no, I'm enjoying
the Alice Core.
Alice. Who the heck is Alice? But no, I'm interested in seeing where the series goes. I think for me, as someone who's more Super Robot Guy than the real Robot Guy, this is a nice middle ground gateway. Because this week I kind of just I decided I want to get back into watching a lot of mech stuff, which means I've a ton of old mech stuff I've never seen.
And Gundam, and then that's it. Because there's nothing new.
Yeah, because we are a dying breed. But I think there is a new mech show coming out at some point next year, but I don't know when. I can't remember its name either. But mech shows come out now, but no one talks about them. It's all isekais or weirdness. Yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm exactly reliving my 90s Gundam fandom when Toonami was on. I'm actually more likely to relive my Tenchi fandom because that also has a series with robots.
Oh god,
like, really good series too.
Well, one Tenchi series had robots, right? Not all of them.
No, one.
I don't think.
Well, I mean, technically, you could say they all have robots in them, or at least androids. But one has kind of like these magical biomechs.
Mm-hmm.
Which is quite creepy at times, like really good in my opinion. But yeah, that's me really. It's a bit of a ramble, but we have so much else to talk about.
Do we?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I like that.
What's your opinion of the situation in the Arctic at the moment?
It's cold.
Is it?
Colder than here. I can tell you that much.
I'm trying to think of a counter argument.
Yeah.
All I can picture is a polar bear saying, "I'm too hot." It's fucking boiling here. It's 2 degrees below zero.
Damn, bitch, that's cold, yo. I watched 3 episodes of the new series of Re-Rise because Mikey had said, like, oh, it's really good. And I was
didn't say really good. I said I liked it.
You're like, oh my god, it's Uraboshi at his best. I was like, oh, all right. Well, what the fuck are you smoking?
Oh, I forgot to say, I researched the writer because I was curious.
The writer of the Re-Rise?
Yes, I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh?
He's written so much hentai.
Oh, really? Oh, good
so
for
much
him.
Heavy, hardcore story. He's behind half of Bible Black.
Oh, wow.
Like,
you gotta start somewhere.
His base. Also, he's the guy behind Gundam Unicorn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm guessing... Oh, I don't know what came first. Maybe the manga first.
He was I can't talk about the manga, but he was the guy behind the animes. Like,
okay. Well, then he did a good job, because those were good. I liked him anyway.
And he's done a ton of various animes that, of every genre, including 7 or 8 hardcore pornographies.
You know what I really hope, Mikey? I really hope, like, if somebody said, like, what's your favorite project? He goes, Bible Black. It was just the best. Everything else I've worked on, I liked
story-driven.
for a hardcore porn, it's very hardcore story.
Someone sat me down and said they watched it for the story. They were really
no, they don't.
Story.
They don't watch it. They don't watch it for the story. That's a fucking lie.
I don't know, but maybe
I could accept they enjoy the story.
They started watching it and then realized, oh, there was a story here.
It's as they're like stroking away, they go, wait, I'm fascinated to see where this goes. Let's stop masturbating for a second. And they cross their arms and go, there's a deep political, philosophical message here I didn't consider at first.
Oh.
Now back to masturbating. As you do.
As you do. But,
As you do.
Yeah, so please try and find out which animes, especially your children animes, are being written by people who used to do hentai. It's fascinating. Or do hentai, which is also still fascinating. There's just such a crossover these days.
Well, I always go with the who cares kind of thing, because you got to start somewhere in the industry.
True.
You know?
It's when
And
they
how do you
like,
get
well,
popular? You get popular by doing the doujinshis and stuff like that. So,
well, my thing is like you presumably they look at your previous body of work before they hire you for a thing, and it's like when you're okay. So how his before Gundam, it was basically a lot of kid shows and porn.
Yeah,
Like which one got him the unicorn?
probably the porn, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine if an anime company is kind of looking at that kind of stuff, they probably look at the work maybe in an unbiased way, and maybe they look at how much money it made, and then kind of work from that, and go, oh, well, this sort of fuck ton of money, so whatever he's doing, even if it's porn, he did good. Give him a job.
But yeah, it caught me so off guard. I just started laughing. But yes, you watched 3 episodes of an anime.
I did. Yeah, it's. I actually thought the way that they started season 2 in quotations, so episode 14, wasn't a bad way to start the season, which was do the first episode or the third episode of whichever episode it was, but from Freddy's perspective, the little dog thing. I always go with don't think too hard about the names since they're on an alien planet somewhere.
Space Freddy.
Why is he called Freddy?
Why is he the dog?
I don't know. I don't. This is why it
Why
makes
is his sister a cat?
This makes way more sense if it's a virtual world, doesn't it? Because it doesn't really otherwise.
Do you know what? I'm 80% sure he's getting a gunpla.
Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. It seems to be suggesting at the very least. It's introducing stuff, I suppose, but it's I'm gonna finish watching it, especially now that Mikey's watching it and you seem to be into it. I want to see how it goes, I suppose. But I'm not like, this is gonna be amazing. It's just like okay, yeah, this is safe. It's safe. It's not as aggressively bad as some like isekai stories are.
Oh no, it's better. It's still
very
Jesus.
safe. It's in the very, very like I'd put it in the mediocre kind of category of those kind of things. What's that?
That's a genre I would really like to die off a bit.
What, the isekai ones?
Specifically the video game isekais, because I can never take until they pull something like, oh, by the way, it's all real. I find it so hard to take those seriously.
Yeah, because it's like unless it's if it's a comedy, fine. Okay,
yeah.
There's no stakes to it, but it's a comedy, so it's unlikely that there's going to be stakes anyway. But I don't like the video game ones either, because it's like, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. No one's real. The only other real people are players, and they can't die either, so who cares? The worst you'll get is the game's going to be deleted, and I think, well, think about how much of the social like you might gain, or you might play a new game instead, because you'll move on. Who cares? So apart from that, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Woo woo! I got it. Well, not a lot, but I've been able to play bits here and there. So where am I up to? I reckon I'm gonna. I've finished all the side missions in Sector 5. So I think I'm gonna fight Rude soon. They were like, "Oh, there's a sexy man in a sexy tight suit who's gonna steal your woman," and Aerith is like, "What?" And she's like, "Don't," and she's patting her brow off, going, "Oh, he's so sexy." And she walks back into the house of the orphanage.
You have such a man crush for Rude.
Who?
You do.
He. To be fair, they've made him look really cool. They have made Rude look really cool. Reno still looks like a fucking punk though, which he should.
Sure, it's Reno.
Yeah, exactly. He should look like a fucking. He looks like a pop punk. Like he's in a J-pop band or something like that, which that's how he's meant to look anyway. So, like we've talked about, the side missions are wasting of time. Don't really do a huge amount. Aren't that interesting. I would say that whatever chapter it was where you go and get the extra plastic explosives at Jesse's house, that would be what I would consider a good side story, a side mission, because it's not necessary to the overall plot, really. That could happen without you actually going there, and you wouldn't miss a huge amount. But it's a good side story mission because it helps build the characters as well. But it's not essential, if you see what I'm saying. But that bit was fun. I enjoyed going to the upper housing district plate. That was cool. Airbuster was kind of fun to fight. That was an interesting little boss fight. All the boss fights I've found more interesting than the large mobs of enemies. As I find, at least with the boss, it's a bit easy to feel like I'm in control of the fights. Like, I like the combat system because I was concerned about it. I like it a lot more than Tails, which isn't a huge bar. But I still don't think it's my preferred method of combat. Because there's still a lot of kind of switching back and forth between people. And then you've got to kind of have to trust in the AI not fucking things up while you're not controlling it. Which can be a tad annoying because sometimes they do fuck up.
If you just watch it for a few minutes, they'll just start blocking.
I've watched Aerith. Like, do you remember the big Smogger boss?
Yeah.
Aerith did not block. She kept running into the electric lightning cloud.
Where she's
I just kept watching. Yeah, she's going, ah. I was like, what? Why do you keep running into it? Don't.
Instead of using magic, she's trying to like whack it with the stick.
She kept running into it 2 or 3 times, and then if you do it enough, you get stunned, and then the big robot hit it with its ball. And I went, I couldn't do anything. The AI just kind of went dumb. One of the best weird bits of like ragdoll physics was I beat a normal Smogger, and its little smog like horn bit fell off, spun on the ground like a spinner, and then flew off into the air.
I have to admit, I largely avoid like I got away from like ragdolls and stuff. I've seen some people say that they had some problems with it, but
I've had no issues. But to see this thing spin on the ground from being stationary to just spin to then just kind of launch off into the air was like, wow, that's awesome. I was like, go back to your home planet, Smogger. Also, I think it's weird that they've called all magic magnify.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know why, but maybe I just think the name's better.
The name is better. Like, it's better than all, but why change it? I don't know. But they've also made Aerith a lot better. I always saw her as a bland pancake kind of character. She was like, she's a bit quirky. Now she's super quirky.
Oh yeah, she's just gone.
She's delightfully quirky. She's to the point where I'm like, maybe the mum should have sent her to Hojo sooner. Because she's broken mentally. I did like the line of you got to be careful. They go after the weaker opponents. You better be careful then, Cloud. Later on, this must be a new breed of enemy. Why? Because they went after the strongest character. And Cloud's like, I would describe Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Remake as exasperated sigh.
Yeah, this is why I don't ship them.
Yeah, because he's just like, oh my god, kill me.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It's interesting. Obviously, the ending, which I haven't got to yet, is the part where you either go down one of 2 paths. A lot of people either like it or people hate it. It seems very controversial. So I am looking forward to getting up to that point, but I'm probably away from that. Am I not?
Oh my yes.
Yeah, I thought so. No, I thought that might be the case.
Because I thought I was making a really I hit Sector 5 and I was thinking like, this is remarkably quick for the game it's supposed to be, and then like, oh, some of these chapters are way bigger.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, I suppose, because I mean they do extend it, so I'm guessing they extended hooking it long. But no, it's good. Yeah, it's fun. How much backtracking is there? Because I don't like. Should I be grinding out Moogle medals at the box smashing challenge?
You can. You won't have. You you will be going. Okay, so really, there's not much backtracking until chapter 14.
Right, because
And
that's what I
it's the
thought. I thought it'd be late
yeah.
game, and I know I'm assuming because I've cleared out Moggy the Moogle, who I
Mm.
assume is a child who's been abused because they mentally lost it as they're dressing up as a Moogle now, and they're emotionally scarring, and this is how they heal their emotional issues.
Saying Capo a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I'm like, kid, calm down. You're not an actual Moogle, buddy. Woof.
I am.
But they talk about like, oh, you've spent so many fucking Kupo medals, yo. I'll probably set up shops elsewhere. So I'm like, well, if that's the case, maybe I should like stockpile because there's the SP books 1 for each of the 4 characters. I'm like, okay, so there's going to be more of them. So I need at least another 20 to get those next ones.
There, you don't get the next ones from Mog.
Okay.
Or Moggy.
So
But
is it worth like building a Moogle Mog pile?
Moggy does have a weapon or two that you're going to need, but they won't be available until chapter 14.
Right.
So you can have Moogle medals, but you'll probably pick up enough as you go. And even if you don't, by the time you get back to Moggy, you will be able to have another go at the points game.
Okay. I mean, I did the box thing, and it wasn't too bad. Once I looked online and said, this is the best time to use Deadly Dodge, and I went, my God, this is so much easier with Deadly Dodge. So much easier.
Yeah. But yeah, 14 is the only chapter really with backtracking. But it's structure, like, it's also the only time you'll have a sense of an open world map.
Okay.
But it's also like it's one chapter, and after you go there, leave that, it's up, and there's no going back. So they do that. You are constantly told when you're reaching a point of no return.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that when I was doing the side missions. It's like, well, we've done all the side missions. Time to go home and sleep. It's like, okay, I suppose we'll go and do that then.
You're not the boss of me,
you bitch. You psycho.
And also, if you do miss weapons in the field, because most of your weapons are in boxes, they will show up. I found they did show up in weapon shops, and it's the only time you actually have weapons available in the weapon shop.
Oh, interesting.
If you miss them. So.
I'm assuming like there will be weapons you steal from bosses as well.
One, and I don't know.
One.
One. In the train graveyard, the second boss. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
But so it's. Yeah.
That actually makes sense because I think the train graveyard's where you get one of her Aerith's weapons in the original game, isn't it? You have to steal it from the spooky ghost things.
That's
a smart thing.
That's a surprisingly fun section.
Okay. That's surprisingly.
Yeah, no, I was expecting it to just be a run through and done, and it's just like they spent a lot of time adding a lot of quirkiness to it.
Okay. Because it is a very linear game.
Yes.
Which it should be because that's what Midgar was originally. So this is going to be their easiest game, I would assume.
I don't know. I died a lot.
No, when I say easiest, I mean in terms of like they don't need to worry about making it open world.
No, God no.
That's what I mean. Like it's incredibly linear. Like running around the world, it's usually down a very small corridor effectively, and that's fine. It's not a massive issue, but it like as I had the mini map up, it became very like obvious I'm just going in a straight line or a very small structured like corridor.
Yeah, the only time you're not is really when you're in the towns.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really curious about how they'll approach open world because given what they have to do, I'd kind of rather they didn't go full open world.
And there is benefit to not going open world. Like in this day and age, I suppose like that's almost a sin to say. But it's difficult because an RPG maybe should be open world to give that more role play experience, but this game does not feel role play-y. I suppose
it's a narrative you are experiencing.
Yeah, like calling it an RPG isn't right in a way.
The role you're playing is observer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really more a third-person action RPG. If you're gonna, because I love someone said once, like these days, every game is in every genre.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
But no, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's entertaining at the very least, which is nice. And like I say, I don't hate the combat, and that was my main issue with Tales, where I was like, oh shit, hate this. It was a struggle to get through by the end. This is at least entertaining.
Mm.
One of the thing I don't like about it is trying to do everything and then also have to move the camera around as well. The camera the camera in general can be a little bit messy, shall we say?
Yeah, I do like that it's not a case where if the camera gets trapped, you're stuck there with it in that angle if you're not moving.
Yeah.
It is always completely free moving, so you can correct it, but it's also like sometimes it just needs too much correction.
And in the main world, like walking around towns and stuff, if you go into a small area, sometimes again the camera will freak out a little bit. It's like, oh, okay. And obviously sometimes you walk through Aerith or Tifa. Or they'll climb through you, and you're like, "Whoa, bitch!"
But it's what they chose to do with that. It's just like when that happens, they become transparent.
Yeah, they become a ghost,
which means that's like intentional.
Yes, yeah, it's weird.
That's the thing that gets me. It's just like, did we need ghosts?
I assume that it almost seems like a way to solve a problem that would have been much harder to solve otherwise, potentially. I don't know though. But no, yeah, Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. Currently, I'm enjoying it, but you know, I might hit the end and be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
I bet you won't be buying the play arts though.
I mean, the play arts was always expensive. Are the Final Fantasy figures expensive? They like 9,000 yen.
Rude and Reno. Would you like individually? Rude and Reno. Are they special release? No, they don't seem to be. They are $155.
Whew. Ow.
How much is Sephiroth? I bet Sephiroth is $155.
Okay, so they're all pretty much the same price. I would imagine most people would probably get 2.
Cloud and Sephiroth or Tifa and Aerith.
Yeah.
Or Red if he got made, but Red, I think he'll be more expensive if he does get made because he's going to be a bit more complicated.
Yeah, he'd have to be big. Like Barrett would be bigger as well, wouldn't he? Stockier, at least. Oh, that's one thing. I like Barrett. I like his voice acting. The only parts that I don't like are when he does his speech. And one other thing that's a bit on the wonky side is everyone, like, there's 2 things. The lip flaps movement sometimes is off slightly, so it's like, it's just not quite right.
From what I understand, the way they did it was there's an AI program that's matching it so that there's no standard lip flaps. Every different language version has a different one because the AI is trying to match the lip sync based on the words.
That makes sense.
Which also means that you're getting these errors coming in as well because...
Yeah, it's trying to work with however many languages. That makes sense. But it's not to this extent. But have you seen like Resident Evil 2 on 500% facial animation?
No.
Where their faces start going blah, 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 as they're talking. It gives me that vibe, but not obviously to that extreme. Just because the things kind of mess up. The other thing, it's not an issue, but it's something that I don't think works with real life looking characters. Is everyone's really expressive with their gestures all the time. They're like moving all around with their entire body. Sometimes I'm like, that works for anime. It doesn't work when you look like a real human being because you just look like you're insane. There's a couple of times I remember with Tifa like waving her arms in the air. I'm like, what do you do? Calm down. Calm down.
You don't tell Tifa to do nothing.
I'm really concerned about you, Tifa. What's happened?
She's a good girl.
What happened to you? Did the crazy lady downstairs give you the wacky tobacco sauce?
I love you. You're like my child.
You touch her and I'll fucking kill you. You fucking walking penis. Oh, okay, love. Calm down. Don't you hurt her. I'll kill you. But no, good game overall. But like I say, with those little tiny hiccups here and there, but it's not nearly enough to ruin the experience. It is fascinating to see how they've expanded the world and flushed it out in a lot of ways. I don't nearly like. How long did it take you before you just started running past NPCs talking? Because I can't be bothered to listen to them all talk.
I never really hung around for them unless unless I saw someone say something I was actually interested in. But so for me, it was just kind of like, okay, I like the idea that it's just I don't need because like it makes the world feel more real to me because you're just wandering around, people having their own conversations, and you know what doesn't happen in real life.
People
When someone's
have
having a
their own
conversation and they look over and you're just standing there listening,
thoughts.
and when they look over, you're just like, continue.
Oh. Can you
I don't
imagine
want to
how?
be involved, but
Can you imagine that happening in this day and age at the moment with the whole virus scare going on? Someone just looking at you.
leaning really close.
Keep going. Keep going. I'm interested. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Mm.
Aye, but Final Fantasy. What else have I been up to apart from that? I think that's really been it. Because with my free time, it's just been sunk into that really. And then it's just more Deep Space Nine at night. So I watched Crossfire, the Trial of Worf, I'll call it. Isn't it possible?
Isn't it?
Possible.
Oh, don't
Yes.
don't fuck with Cisco.
Yeah. Oh, he got him. He got him good. He got him
Yeah.
real good.
And then he got Worf.
Yeah. You damn right. You should have checked. See, to be fair, in that situation, Mikey, what would you have done? I would have shot. I would have, if I was in command of the Defiant and a random unknown vessel decloaked right in front of me in a battle situation, I would shoot it. I wouldn't give it the chance.
Do you know what the secret is? Cisco almost certainly would have shot, but that wasn't the point.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't him on trial.
If it had been, you'd have let him off because he'd have punched the judge.
That's the fucking Vulcan. Stupid Vulcan.
I'm 3 times stronger than the average human. Oh god, my face!
It's a good episode. I like the there usually Star Trek does well if it does a trial episode, I find.
They're usually good.
Yeah. I also like the bit with Quark when it's like, and Dr. Bashir was talking with, and then 3 Dobbo girls. And then it's like, no, it wasn't that Dobbo girl. It was this Dobbo girl, and it was Morn. Because, Morn and the Dr. Bashir are so easily confused.
Yeah, well, Morn is very handsome.
He is, and he's a talker as well, so you got to be careful. No, it's good. It's good fun times. Deep Space Nine, who knew? Still fucking great.
Who knew?
Who knew? Anything else you've been up to, Mikey?
No. Yeah, no. It's just been basically Gundam and model kits and Gundam.
I suppose we did the comic show as well.
Did we?
Yeah, I think that
did.
was this week. Yeah.
We did. And I did a show with George, which I'll send you over the audio. When I'm sending the stuff for this.
And the interview as well that you did.
Yeah, I'm nearly done with that. Jesus, every time I sit down to edit that, I get told, like, my hand is killing. My hand is almost broken right now because I spent 3 days hammering a horse box.
I don't know what that means. Is that like a sexual position?
If only. But 3 days, 8 hours a day, standing in a horse box, bent over, hammering its floor.
Why?
Because they wanted to check if the wood was rotten.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
So
hang on. So why did you need to keep hammering? Could you not have hammered once and then
they
be like,
needed
no?
to check every board.
Oh my god.
Like,
oh god.
I went around today with my arm bandaged up. Like I took it off there a while ago. I was just like, I can't really flip my wrist up properly.
Oh no.
Because like it was with a big metal chisel and a big metal hammer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the swinging. It was the fucking impact.
Yeah.
Like it was like that Iron Man thing, in the old cartoon, I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
Where he's going like, I am
in a horse box.
Yeah, that was that.
I'm in a horse box.
That was a good show. That was a good opening, anyway.
Yeah.
But,
instead of guitar riff, it's Mikey screaming in pain as his arm breaks.
But to the tune of Iron Man.
Your mum leans out the window. You done in there? No.
Oh, do not talk to me about how many times I had someone come up and say, "Are you finished yet?"
Oh, you joking?
I threatened to do so many things with that hammer.
Isn't why wouldn't they come and help if they were like so bugging you about? Well, that's what I would ask. I'd be like, yeah, come in here.
Oh, arthritis, and I'm just like, I'm going to give you arthritis.
Oh, I can't do it, but I'll get on your ass about it.
Jesus. Yeah, I was just like, you done yet? Fuck off.
Jesus. So yeah, I saw a picture of you in a black area that looked like it had the floor torn up by a dog, and I was like, and then you looked very unhappy in the picture. was like, I don't know what's going on, but you mentioned something about a horse, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. It's a weird Mikey thing.
Is he burying a body?
Yeah. It could be.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably I might have Flame Toys IDW Optimus during the week.
Something to look forward to if it actually comes through.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a weird thing right now where I'm trying to. This whole model kit thing is like try and get different lines.
Yes.
But like I'm like, okay, I need to get different lines to get an idea of what kind of ones I really like and what ones I don't, so I can expand into other figures beyond the 5 main ones.
Sure.
But I'm also constantly going like, but I really want to get that Gundam high grade kit or that Gundam math grade kit, and I don't. How did I become this? How did I become this guy in a week?
Because it's like making models is addictively fun.
It's relaxing. It's creative. It like you don't. I'm not even like my paint jobs on these guys are like messy, and I cleaned up what I can, but it's not properly cleaned up in places. And I'm just like, it weirdly adds personality by not having it perfect.
Yeah.
And like I'll probably try to learn how to get it perfect, but at the moment I'm kind of happy to have this kind of like, well, it looked like it's been in a fight. It's all smudged in places. Better realistic paint damage than bloody Siege.
And at least anything that you've done, you go, oh, well, that's my mistake, and it's something that I did. It's not like this is goop that was put on by a factory worker that I didn't want at all and had to pay for. Aye, there you go. All right. Yes, Christoph, as you mentioned, asked us about doing roundtables on stuff, and mentioned. Oh, I watched the 4 episodes of the new DuckTales that's out at the moment.
Yes. Oh, I did, 5.
Is it 5?
I watched episode 5. I forgot completely about DuckTales. I watched episode 5 yesterday.
What was the last episode about? The general
Daisy.
gist?
Introduced Daisy.
I haven't seen that one then. I watched the one before that. What was the one before that?
Launchpad.
Yes, I saw that was a fucking good episode. Jesus Christ, that was a fucking good episode. I loved all the references. All of them were great. And they had a tune from another Disney show which I fucking loved. It's not all been great. I thought the mermaid Murdoch episode was a bit on the it's okay. Wasn't great though. But it's nice to have DuckTales back because that's a fucking good show if you didn't know. And I like the Scrooge getting annoyed by that bird thing.
Yeah, that was fun. Although I do kind of Scrooge has been like late season 2, part of late season 2, because the season 2 kind of became the Glum Gold show. Yeah. And certainly season 3, he hasn't had much to do.
No, it's true. Yeah.
And Scrooge is my favorite character, so I'm like, I love everyone in this. But can Scrooge do something?
I wonder if that can't be a David Tennant thing, can it?
No. Like,
you don't think they're writing around because maybe he's expensive or anything like that?
I mean, I know he's a bit more expensive, but I know he's also like really into the voice acting at the moment. And that's, I don't know if it's his main gig, but it's one of his top gigs.
I can't imagine it would be
and also it's Disney,
a small one. Yeah,
like they're not quite like throw money at everything like Netflix is, but.
Yeah, well, Disney's suffering a bit at the moment, so they're definitely not throwing money around.
They've got Disney's Plus, Andy, the greatest streaming service with its 4 shows.
The theme parks, never heard of them. They're all closed? All of them are closed? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was going to ask you, because I wasn't willing to do it. Have you seen the Mortal Kombat animated movie thingy by the DC people?
The Scorpion one.
Yeah, which from the trailer looks barely Scorpion related.
No, it looks bad.
It did. I heard a load of people saying it looked so good, and I was wondering if you'd exacted that on yourself.
I saw the trailer. I said that's that bloody DC animation style that they won't shake at the moment.
That's what I thought as well.
I was like, I hate that animation style. That animation style is the most bland, tragic attempt at drawing.
Am I gonna have to watch it on my own and tell you how terrible it is?
Mayhaps.
Oh no, I don't want to, but I'm curious. I'm curious enough to hurt myself, so I'll probably do that. But yes, Christoph, as I went off topic there, Magic the Gathering Godzilla, Mikey, what's all that about? Yeah, and why is there not your sperm everywhere from excitement?
Promotions. Dog, I will absolutely murder you if you. I'm not giving you anything. Fuck off.
I'm hungry, master.
You're not. You just want praise and be a useless master. My ass. She knows who She knows who the boss is. She needs to cut her nails as well. But so yeah, Magic and Godzilla are doing a promotion at the moment where they've got a kaiju set. Now this is just their own self-designed kaiju, but what they've done for some of them is change the wording and bring in original art.
Right. Okay. So are they variations on cards, or are they their own unique card?
So they are the same text as the original card, with appropriate changes in the art and names.
Okay. So it's just a fancy variation. That's
just
neat.
That's
fun.
It's just fun. Like, the art's good. I'm not a big enough Magic guy to buy him because, it's Magic, and just I know a guy who is a big enough Magic guy, but he doesn't care about kaiju. But the funny thing for me was I saw this weird. Okay, so obviously these are exclusive sponsored collectibles, which are going to be more expensive than regular cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way this is,
Yeah, they did this with Transformers as well, didn't they?
Yeah, it's just like they'll cost 10, 20 a piece, and that's just how things go. I saw some Magic the Gathering people get really pissy because they were because they had like exclusive Godzilla lands. So I like stuff like Godzilla climbing a mountain or in a swamp or something like that, which I think is neat. I think it's a neat idea, and they were going at 10 or 20 a pop
for one card.
For one card, which again, for a collectible exclusive thing,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Listen, I know a guy who is the most obsessive Magic the Gathering person I've ever met. He has given me more information than I ever wanted.
Did you ask for it, or was it just given?
I was just around a house one day.
I
asked, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh well." So because for foil cards, people will pay for foil cards that aren't old. People will pay 40 quid for certain ones. So, and some Magic cards sell for ridiculous money.
The older ones, you mean?
Oh, depends. Could be relatively recent, but there weren't many of them made.
Right.
Like and people are getting really pissy about these lands, saying like, "Oh, they don't do anything different. They're just lands." And these cards, it's not worth the money. And they have to have an extra function in the game, and it feels to me like someone really doesn't get what a cross-franchise promotion is about.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be playing these. Not really. You're supposed to have these and stick them in a little thing and then show them to your friend and say, "Ha ha, losers!" Apparently Space Godzilla is the best card of the set.
Okay. In terms of his gameplay kind of
apparently
stuff.
Godzilla is actually not that great.
Oh, interesting.
But I suppose it depends on who they're based off of. But yeah, so they're out there. They look cool. They look really good art. That's the kind of art I'd love as a poster.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's fun. It's fun madness.
But not something you'd get yourself.
I mean, I wouldn't spend that much money on something plastic unless I really wanted it.
Right.
Relative to how much it costs normally, it's kind of like, it's because it's in my head right now. It's kind of like getting a premium Bandai Gundam and paying 200 for one that's worth 20.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and I got a premium Bandai Gundam, I realized. which I got shipped for 30, which wasn't bad.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. But I was just like, "Oh, this box looks weird." Well. And then it's like, "Exclusive!" Oh no, I opened it.
No, they don't matter. They don't matter. It's fine.
I put my heart into it. I will be a Gunpla fighter.
Whoop whoop. So that's it. That's all your thoughts then.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, do you have a thought on Magic the Gathering Godzilla?
Nope. It's not for me. I think it's neat, I suppose. It's kind of a nice crossover idea. But that's nice at least. Right, Mikey, where can people find you online if you want them to?
The internet address is Irish Paleo on Twitter, and you can contact the Moonbase2 at gmail.com, which, if we are going to be doing a bit more of a roundtable discussion on some Transformer subjects, please send us in some ideas, whether it's on Facebook or the email or Twitter or whatever, because we've come up with between us, we will come up with 5 things that we probably have talked about before.
Yes.
So ye remember what we've done more than there's no point getting us to talk about Prime. Because we did a show on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
We liked it.
Yeah, it was all right.
The show ran for about 2 years.
Yes.
Of us reviewing it live.
That's right, yeah.
So maybe something else, something. I mean, we could do Bumblebee. I mean, I've got positive things to say, but there's slightly a reason why I've never really pushed for a show.
Mm-hmm.
But send us something like that. Send us any feedback you can. And yeah, Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can also find us on Patreon as Moonbase 2, patreon.com/Moonbase2. And if you do $2 each month, you get the extended version from the Files to Teletron 2, and you get it a week early. You get interviews a week early as well. And you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-transfery things in a more focused manner. Because obviously this isn't the usual of us not talking about Transformer stuff, but that's how it be at the moment, because there's nothing to talk about. So, we fill it out with fun, hopefully. And you can head over to ccbunker.weebly.com, where that all goes, and if we're invited onto other shows, links go up there as well. So,
Jet Li is 57 today.
What's that?
Jet Li is 57.
Wow, Jesus, is he really that? No, I suppose that makes sense. Surprising to think that, though.
Li Lianji is his real name. So he was not born Jet.
He merely adopted the jet, molded by it.
Unless his name actually translates into Jet.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised as well. Well, until next week, everybody, we will catch you next time for more Moon Boo Boo Action.
It's the only Gundam soundtrack stuck in my head.
You are now leaving Moonbase 2.